January 11th, 2021. Odd Monday. I observed quite a few peculiar characters today, but there were 7 main abnormal ones out of the bunch. The first was a young girl, not a day over 16, phone in hand as if it was part of her own being, staring down at that life-draining device with a sort of bitterness in her expressions. I looked over to see what she was obsessing over, only to realize she was scrolling through some famous Instagram account. As I pan up, I see her staring at her own body in disgust and starts to fix herself in the reflective glass in front of her. I was shocked. As I went on with my day, I met the second strange individual, this one more sophisticated than the child before. A businessman, I presume. He had his phone pressed against his ears, almost implanting it to the side of his head. His tone was very angry, full of hate, despite the fact that he looked successful. Something seemed to be upsetting this man. I hear roaring over the phone, then a sudden smash in front of me. An unexpected reaction. He then turns to me with a different look in his eyes, a look I knew all too well. Desperation. Asking if he could use my cell phone. I did not pay attention to his words and continued my journey home. The third character was walking beside me, talking to her phone. As I glanced at her screen, I noticed that there wasn't a single individual on a phone call with her, rather thousands. She was on a live video, talking to random people about her day, about where she ate, what she bought, what products she uses, advising them to do the same. And she did it all with such gratification and satisfaction, enjoying her increase in viewers, the gifts that they sent her. I just kept thinking, who would take time out of their day to watch a young woman sell some absolute bullshit about her life? It was utterly ridiculous. I ignored it and decided to grab a snack. That's when I saw her, the fourth atypical individual of the day. A group of friends were enjoying some pastries and a nice afternoon coffee, but not her. She had nothing on her plate, nothing in her cup, nothing but a flare of hunger in her eyes. However, for some odd reason, she refused to give in. She would be staring at the plate with desire and admiration, then her gaze would shift down to her body, to her arms, then back to her friends. The look of hunger turned into determination, and from determination to, as far as I could tell, starvation. I realized it was getting late, and I was feeling quite hungry, so I took a break and ate the classic French delicacy that I bought. I sat on a bench next to this kind-eyed young man on his phone. I opened the box, get the croissant out, and start enjoying it bit by bit. I look over to the young man beside me, and he seems to be fidgeting about his cellular device, swiping left and right on pictures of women, without giving them a second thought. It was all very confusing to me, this concept of online dating. It was interesting to see such a young man invested in such an odd thing. The next individual was quite amusing. This was a young man who was sitting outside of his house, gazing into the eyes of his laptop screen, not knowing which one to focus on more. He was fully invested in something, but I could not tell what it was. As I approached him from behind, I noticed one of those online currency symbols on his screen. He was chasing something intangible. He almost forgot that this was man-made. Great men, of course, who made it, but still, men. I tried to get his attention from afar, but nothing seems to shake him from this trance he was in. As I walk into my home, I saw the final strange individual. I cannot say that I wasn't disappointed. I did not recognize her, my own daughter. She looked like herself, yet acted like an automated machine. Laying there, I could see her slowly becoming one with the couch. Her brain melting into the circuit of her laptop. Her eyes latched onto the screen, like these are the final moments with her cell phone. She was tranquilized. So what do these people all have in common? What was the one thing that controlled all of them? They are all unaware almost unconscious to the fact that they are morphing with the media that they are consuming.